everyone. Today we are going to continue the topic that is reducible to exact differential equation using integrating factor method. Here we are going to discuss another two rules. They are the special case when we are getting the function of fx and function of y, or we can say that integrating factor depends upon only x or only y. In the previous video we have discussed the two rules and the link is given in a description. You can check it. Now let's start with a quick recap. We know that a differential equation of this form is called as an exact if the partial derivative of m with respect to y and the partial derivative of n with respect to x are equal. If the equation is exact, we can directly write the solution by using this form. Here we have taken the integration of m keeping y as a constant. Then we can take the integration of n provided we will not take any term that contain x. Basically we need to take the terms that contains y only. On the right hand side, if you take the integration, that is equal to c. Now if the equation is not exact, means the partial derivative of m with respect to y is not is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. In that case, we can convert a non-exact equation into the exact one just by multiplying with the integrating factor. Such equations are called as the reducible to the exact differential equation. Before moving ahead, a quick reminder. We have already done two rules in the previous two videos how to find the integrating factor under the special condition. The first condition is for the homogeneous case where m and n are the homogeneous function. In that case, the integrating factor is calculated by this form. And if we are getting the differential equation of this form, then the integrating factor is calculated by this form. These are explained in a detail in the previous videos and the link is given in the description. Now let us focus on the rule number 3 and 4. Now as compared to the previous rule, what is the main difference here? The key difference is in this rule 3 and 4, we are using exactness condition. Suppose we have this type of a differential equation and this differential equation is not exact. So in that case, what we are doing, we are calculating partial derivative of m with respect to y and partial derivative of n with respect to x. Take the difference of these two one. If we are taking the difference in this way, that is partial derivative of m with respect to y minus partial derivative of n with respect to x, then divided by n, that is this term. And if it is a function of x only, then in this case the integrating factor is calculated as e raised to power integration of this function dx. On the other hand, if we take the difference like this, partial derivative of n with respect to x minus partial derivative of m with respect to y and then divided by m, that is this, and this results as a function of y only, then the integrating factor is calculated in this case as e raised to power integration of this function with respect to y. So note that if we are taking the difference of partial derivative of n with respect to x from this term, in that case we need to divide by n. And this results as a function of x only. In this case, we are dividing by m and it results a function of y only. And then we are accordingly writing the integrating factor. Now let's learn how to apply the rule number 3 and rule number 4 with the help of example. So here I have taken the first example. We need to solve this differential equation. Very first step is we need to identify this is written in a standard form or a not. The standard form is m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. So as it is mentioned in this form, so it means the given differential equation is in standard form. After that, compare them and find the value of m and n. The value of m in this case is y plus 1 by 3 y cube plus half of x square, and the value of n in this case is equal to 1 by 4 into x plus xy square. After that, check it whether this differential equation is exact. For exactness, we need to calculate partial derivative of m with respect to y and the partial derivative of n with respect to x. What is a partial derivative of m with respect to y? Keeping x as a constant, that is 1 plus 1 by 3y square, and in this case that is 0. And partial derivative of n with respect to x, keeping y as a constant, that is equal to 1 by 4 as it is. Its derivative is 1. In this case, x derivative is 1 into y square. More simplify both the terms. This results 1 plus y square, and in this case 1 by 4 into 1 plus y square. So you can check it. Both the terms are not same. This implies differential equation is not exact. As the differential equation is not exact, we can try to make it as exact with the help of integrating factor. So we have learned till now 4 rules. In the previous video, we have done the rule number 1 and 2. Let's check it whether that rule is applicable here or not. So in the first rule, we need m and n as a homogeneous function. So there is a simple trick to identify whether m and n are homogeneous. Add the powers of x and y in each term. Like in this case, the power of y is 1. In this case, it is 3. Here it is 2. Here it is 1. In this case, the power of x and y addition is equal to 3. If the addition of powers are same, then clearly it is a homogeneous function, otherwise not. So you can check it. The powers are not same. It means it is not a homogeneous, due to which rule number 1 is not applicable. Now think what was the rule 2. In the rule 2, there is a one term, that is with the dx we have y term. Think, can we take y outside from this one? No. So again rule 2 is not applicable. So either rule 3 or rule 4, maybe both are not applicable. Let's check it in this case. So for that we need to take the difference between these two terms. What is the difference of these two terms according to this? So this minus this. So both contain 1 plus y square. So it is a 1 times of 1 plus y square, and it is a 1 by 4 times of 1 plus y square. So 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4 into 1 plus y square. And if you want to calculate this expression, it means we are taking the difference of this term minus this one. So 1 by 4 minus 1, that is equal to minus 3 by 4, 1 plus y square. If you are calculating this and after that you want to calculate this term, the difference is only of the negative sign. But in the rule number 3, if we are using this term in a numerator, we will divide with n in a denominator. And if you are using this rule to calculate the integrating factor, for that we need to divide with m. So let's divide this term with n. What it results? 1 by 4 into x plus x into y square. And in this case, y plus 1 by 3 y cube plus 1 by 2 x square. After dividing in the second one, we need a function of only y. So it means we need to remove x from this one. Think, with any factorization or any simplification, can we remove x from here? No. So let's check it. In the previous case, we need a function of x only. It means it should not contain any term of y. Think, can we remove y from here? We can further simplify this. This is equal to 3 by 4 by 1 by 4 is equal to 3. This 1 plus y square as it is, divided by, from here take x outside, 1 plus y square. So this term is get cancelled with this. We are getting a function of x only, that is equal to 3 by x. So in this case, rule 3 is applicable, whereas rule 4 is fake. So according to this one, what is the integrating factor? Integrating factor is calculated as e raised to power this function with respect to x. that is equal to e raised to power 3 into log of x. That can be further simplified as e raised to power log of x raised to power 3. We can take this 3 as a power of x. That can be also written as x cube. It means in this case, according to the rule number 3, the integrating factor is equal to x raised to power 3. So once we have the integrating factor, we can multiply this integrating factor with this equation and further simplify it. That is equal to x cube y plus x cube by 3 into y cube plus 1 by 2 x raised to power 5 into dx plus x raised to power 4 by 4 plus x raised to power 4 into y square by 4 into dy is equal to 0. Now this is an exact equation. So once we have the exact equation, we can write its solution. The solution of exact equation is written as integration of m with respect to x keeping y as a constant plus integration of n with respect to y provided no terms of x is equal to constant. Plug the value of m in this case, that is equal to integration of this term, take its integration with respect to x keeping y as a constant plus integration of n and no terms of x. So this is the value of n. This contains the x, even this contains the x. So there exists no term that contains y only. It means we will take here as integration of 0 with respect to y is equal to constant. Now calculate the integration. This is equal to x raised to power 4 by 4 y plus x raised to power 4 by 4. That becomes 12 y cube plus x raised to power 6 by 6 into 2, that is again 12. Integration of 0 is a constant, that is c1 is equal to c. This implies x raised to power 4 into y by 4 plus x raised to power 4 by 12 into y cube plus x raised to power 6 by 12 is equal to a new constant c2, where c2 is equal to c minus c1. So this is the final journal solution of this differential equation. Now the next question is to solve this differential equation. Very first step is we need to check it whether this is in a standard form. Standard form is m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. Comparing the terms, this results m is equal to x y cube plus y and n is equal to 2x square y square plus 2x plus 2y raised to power 4. Now to check whether this differential equation is exact, we need to calculate partial derivative of m with respect to y and partial derivative of n with respect to x. This is equal to 3xy square plus 1 keeping x as a constant, and in this case this is equal to 4x into y square plus 2, and this results 0 because y is a constant. So clearly partial derivative of m with respect to y is not is equal to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. This implies differential equation is not exact. Now think, can we make it exact? For that we need to find the integrating factor. So let's apply the first rule if it is applicable. Rule 1 says that both m and n are the homogeneous function with the same degree. So there is a trick to check whether these are homogeneous or not. Simply add the powers of x in each term. So here the power is 4 and here the power is 1. So as the power of each term are not equal, clearly m and n are not homogeneous. So rule number 1 fails. Now check it. Can we take y common from here? Yes. From here, can we take x common? No. So if we cannot take x common from here, it means again rule 2 is not applicable in this case. Now we need to apply the rule number 3 or rule number 4. So for that, we need to take the difference of these two terms. Let's check it for both the case. This is equal to, when you take the difference between these two one, it results minus xy square, 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. In this case, 4xy square minus 3xy square, that is equal to xy square. 2 minus 1 is plus 1. In this case, we need to divide with n, and here we need to divide by m. And if we are dividing this term with n is equal to this, that is 2x square y square plus 2x plus 2y raised to power 4. After simplification, it should be a function of x. Can we remove y by any of the factorization form? No. It means we are not getting a function of x in this case. Now in this case, if you divide this term with m, what is m? That is xy cube plus y. Can we further simplify this and it is a function of y only? Let's check it. So we can write xy square plus 1 upon, take y common, xy square plus 1. Both the terms are same, so we can cancel it out. This is equal to 1 by y. And even we need a function of y. So as we are getting a function of y, what is the integrating factor according to this? The integrating factor is equal to e raised to power integration of 1 by y with respect to y. That is equal to e raised to power log of y, and that is equal to y. So in this case, the integrating factor is y. So note that this rule fails. So here we have applied the rule number 4 to find the integrating factor. Now once we have the integrating factor, we will multiply the integrating factor with the differential equation to make it as an exact. More simplified this results xy raised to power 4 plus y square into dx plus 2x square y cube plus 2xy plus 2y raised to power 5 dy is equal to 0. Now this equation is the exact differential equation. And once we have exact differential equation, we can write its solution. The solution of exact differential equation is written as integration of m with respect to x keeping y as a constant plus integration of n with respect to y but no terms of x is equal to constant. Apply this formula, and according to this, the value of m is this. So we are taking its integration with respect to x, keeping y as a constant, plus here we need to collect the term that only depends upon y. So as it depends upon x, so we will discard it. Again we will discard this term because it depends upon x. But this term is not depending upon x. So we can write 2y raised to power 5 dy is equal to constant. This implies integration with respect to x keeping y as a constant of this term is x square by 2 into y raised to power 4 plus y square is a constant term, that is as it is, into x variable plus integration of this term with respect to y is 2 into y raised to power 6 by 6 is equal to constant. And this is the general solution of this differential equation. Now it's your turn to practice. I'm sharing a 3 differential equation for you. Solve them and identify whether rule 3 or rule 4 is applicable. Post your answer in a comment section along with the rule you have used to solve these problems. If you learned something new from this video and even it helped you a little, please don't keep it with yourself. Do share with your friends and don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel so that you don't miss upcoming lectures. Till that, stay happy, stay motivated and keep practicing maths.